Heath Hawks are 1-0 to start the 2015 season after a great win against Sulphur Springs this past Friday night, 44-17. And welcome inside the Rockwall Sportscenter Heath Hawk Update. I'm Chris Karras, joined by the captain of the broadcast for the Hawks, Steve Deere. And Steve, happy drive back home from Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, it was a late night coming back from East Texas, but you're right, a happy drive, a big victory for the Hawks to start the season.
Tell me what, for those that didn't get to go, what went right on Friday night for the Heath Hawks?
What went right is that some of the guys that did return from last year, we talked a lot last week about the newbies on the team this year. Well, a bunch of the guys that were on varsity last year really showed up Friday night. You had Kanan Smith at quarterback that really led the team in a good way. Tyler McAllister, between the two of them, they just really beat Sulphur Springs into submission in the second half. Running the ball, both of them went well over 100 yards for the night and a touchdown apiece. And then on defense, Clay Wilkerson was in on everything Friday night, it seemed like. We were calling his name consistently. And then Grant Buckhold scored on a long touchdown on offense, interception on defense, playing both ways. So four guys that were four of the returners, one of the few returners that we had from last year, but four of the guys that were returners really led the team and settled down a young team in its first game. And really just led to the victory.
Well, you got to think Mickey Moss was happy after his victory on Friday night. Let's hear what he had to say after his team's victory this past Friday night.
We know that we're going to have a lot of mistakes, and we did. But we also know we can be very good. And second half, the way we came out second half, some adjustments that we made with the run game. And the kids did a great job, played with great effort, played with emotion, took instruction on the sideline really well. Just very proud of them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Do we have a quarterback controversy here at Heath Hawks? Obviously, we have two sophomore quarterbacks running and gunning right now. Who seems to be in the lead right now after this first game?
Well, Kanan Smith is going to take issue with that because he's not a sophomore, he's a junior. Yeah, and I
He
called him a
grew
senior
up.
Friday night, so we'll dial this down. He is a junior. No, I don't think there's a controversy because they really bring different skill sets, okay? Kanan Smith is a big bruising runner. He can throw the ball. He's underrated as a thrower, but he likes to run that ball. Anybody that watches him knows that he likes contact. And like I said a minute ago, he can really beat the other team into submission because he's just a big boy and he likes to run, and he's good at it. Ben Mays is a better thrower, but he can run also. But they really are different, and so they play into the needs of the team at the time. And when each of them are in, it kind of brings a different look to the team. So it's good to have that diversity. I don't believe that there's a controversy because, like I said, they're so different that they just bring a different element to the team.
That could be a good thing because they make teams unaware of what they're going to bring to the table each Friday night because that kind of help Rockwall-Heath in the long run, especially when we get into the district. It's going to be hard to prepare for this team.
Well, we'll see as the team goes on. We're only one game in, and we'll see how this thing develops. But I would think that having that kind of diversity and having to prepare for two such different quarterbacks, yeah, that's going to be a nightmare for opposing defenses.
All right, let's see what head coach Mickey Moss says about his junior and sophomore quarterbacks.
Right now, we plan to use them both, like you would any other position. I think both of them have great strength, and who knows, maybe we both have them both on the field at the same time.
And with two more 6A teams on the horizon before district does start, what does Heath really need to get going before district does start here in about 3 or 4 weeks?
Experience, young offensive line. I was talking to Coach Moss the other night, and he talked about how he felt like this could be a really good offensive line. Thinking back to 2014, that was a great offensive line that Heath had that really paved the way offensively for Jordan Hoy, Rico Henderson, those guys last year. Coach thinks that by the end of this year, they could be an even better line this year than what was last year. The talent is there, but it's got to come with some experience. They've got to get some cohesiveness. They haven't played much yet together. And an offensive line, more than maybe any other part of the football team, has to play together and become kind of a well-oiled machine. So the next couple of weeks against both 6A teams, like you said, something that Heath likes to do is play up, so that they're going to play LD Bell this week, Garland next week, so playing up helps them do this. But over the next couple of weeks before they get into district play, then they'll have an opportunity to just become more of a cohesive unit, work some of the bugs out, and get these kids playing time.
And the first things first is this Friday night, 7:30 against LD Bell. Any predictions from you for this Friday night?
Well, home team, big crowd, hopefully, from Heath on hand. Beautiful Friday night. Continuing on, I'm looking for a victory.
All right, www.rockwallisd.com to listen to Steve Deere and his crew. We'll see you back here next Monday night. Once again, I want to thank Rockwall High School for hosting us here for the updates each week. I know it's kind of
nice set, man. This is cool. I like it.
It's the Heath thing, I guess. But yeah, there you go. We'll see you at 7:30 this Friday night. Thanks for joining us on the Rockwall Sports Center Heath Hawk Update.